channel 33 RPM.
And then Alice says, "We're all crazy, and personally, I don't care." The end.
Thanks, Dad. That was an awesome comic.
You're welcome. You know what? This inspires me. I think it's time for an
Alice Cooper Record Roundup! Hey, it's Frank here, channel 33 RPM. I'm declaring today Alice Cooper Day. I'm going to take you through the whole 1970s catalog and show you some really cool packaging, the kind of stuff you just don't see anymore. You're not going to want to miss a moment of this one. But first, a little bit of liquid refreshment from my official Theater of Death cup. Nowadays, we know Alice Cooper as a solo artist, but when things began back in the late 1960s, Alice Cooper was a band, the Alice Cooper Band. They released their first record in 1969, Pretty's For You, and kicked off the 1970s with Easy Action. 1971 was an absolutely killer year for Alice Cooper, with two classic albums, beginning with Love It to Death. This had a gatefold. You see Alice's eyes, and the makeup is not quite what it was later, but the whole concept was starting to come together. Later in 1971, Alice Cooper released Killer, and to this day, this is one of my favorite Alice Cooper records. First of all, it opens backwards, and inside you get the band, and you see Alice's makeup is still starting to come together. And this side opens upwards to reveal a 1972 Alice Cooper calendar. Speaking of 1972, another great year for Alice Cooper with the release of School's Out. Now the packaging on this record was just out of this world. All the records came with a pair of paper panties wrapped around the record, and the jacket itself was made to look like a school desk. So it would open up here like a desk with all the credits inside, and the record goes there. And on the back are these tabs which you'd fold out so that the jacket would actually sit like an old school desk. 1973, another super busy year for Alice Cooper with the release of another two records, including my personal favorite, Billion Dollar Babies. You open it up, you have what appears to be photos of the band, but these are actually cards that could be taken out. You have a billfold on this side where you could insert your very own billion-dollar bill. There's one side, and there's the other side. There was also the inner sleeve with a photo of the band and the lyrics. So you're probably asking yourself, how could Alice Cooper outdo the packaging on those previous two albums? Well, they certainly tried, and their next album, Muscle of Love, came in a cardboard box. You would open it up like this, and inside would be a few cool items, including this, Class of 1974, which is a book cover you put over your textbook. An inner sleeve, the Institute of Nude Wrestling, the band going in, and later coming out. There are a couple of variations on Muscle of Love, including this Canadian pressing, which is made to look like the box, but it isn't. It's just a regular record sleeve. Next up was Alice Cooper Greatest Hits, and like so many Greatest Hits records, this one marked the end of an era. Muscle of Love was the last record recorded by the original Alice Cooper Band. In 1975, Alice Cooper released his first solo record, the classic Welcome to My Nightmare. Next up, Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. Now this record was basically a sequel or a continuation of Welcome to My Nightmare. Next, Alice Cooper took a complete 180 and released Lace and Whiskey. By this point, Alice was drinking heavily, and he decided to get rid of the whole Alice Cooper killer persona. He got rid of the makeup, and he reinvented himself as Maurice Escargot, private detective. Again, this doesn't really resemble the old Alice Cooper in any way. On the Lace and Whiskey tour, Alice Cooper recorded his first live album, The Alice Cooper Show. After a couple of weak albums, Alice Cooper ended the 70s with a bang, releasing the classic From the Inside. After the previous tour, he was a mess. He checked himself into a psychiatric hospital, which was the inspiration for this record. If you open it up, you see the hospital scene, Alice in the psychiatric hospital, and on the back is the doors to the hospital, and you open it up, and you see Alice and his friends escaping. That's it, vinyl friends, Alice Cooper's classic 1970s catalog. Listen, if you enjoyed this episode, consider leaving a quick like. Me, I got some more reading to catch up on. I'll see you all again next week.
Cooper. But next time, can we do Frozen? Who likes Anna? Who likes Olaf? I like Olaf. Wartag!